Unlock your potential today at skillbakery.com.
In the previous lecture, we implemented the login functionality or so-called authentication functionality using the GitHub and OAuth. But there's an issue with this. Whenever we are clicking on the login button, it is not getting authenticated in a way that we are able to see our results, the messages that we have stored in our Supabase table. So in this one, we'll be going ahead and fixing that issue. Now the issue is that Supabase is basically verifying and authenticating on the server side, but our application using Remix is maintaining the sessions on the client side in a cookie, and we need to connect this gap. And for that, we will have to install this package called npm supabase /auth helpers remix. Once you have installed this, we'll have to make few changes in our supabase.server.js file. The first one you'll notice is over here, the create server client, and then we have updated this. Now we are getting a request and response, and we have our create server client, and this is kind of returning as the request and response, which we have defined over here as the. Now once we have this setup, the next step is to go to our root.tsx file. In our root.tsx file, we have updated this as well with the following. So if you see this section from line 12 to 15, we have now incorporated create server Supabase from util supabase.server, and the next thing that we have done is we have also imported create browser client from Auth Helper Remix, which we just installed. And this one we have from the Supabase.js package as Supabase client. We have also introduced use effect because that is what we will be using in this particular file. Down below, we have updated our loader method. So here we are passing the request now, and we have created a new response object, and that is being passed over here in the create server Supabase. So now we have a Supabase instance, and using that instance, we are calling the get session, which is going to return me a data. Now that is being returned over here along with the header. So you notice headers, response.headers. Once we have that information, we will be going inside our app method, and here we are utilizing that session, and we are using the same use loader data of type loader. Here we are logging in our session from the server side, and this is also updated. So instead of create client, we are not making use of create browser client. Finally, the use effect is being used over here to get this session using supabase.auth.getSession, and here we are logging the client session. So there are two places. One, we are logging the server side session, and the other one, we are logging the client side session. Then we are passing the context over here in our outlet as we did in our previous one. After this, we also need to update our index.tsx file, which is inside the routes directory. So here we have updated this line to create server Supabase, and here we have included our JSON view. Remember that we have extruded the type now. So it's a general statement, import JSON loader argument from remix run node. Then we have this loader. We have removed the meta function as well because that was already part of the root.tsx. And here in our loader, we are again creating a response. Then we're making use of the create server Supabase. We're passing that request and response. Request obviously is coming over here as an input. And then we're getting the data, that is the messages from our Supabase table messages. And once we have it, we are providing the headers, and that's how the Supabase basically knows that, the user has been authenticated and I need to send this message details back to the user. So we have that as JSON, and down below, we are using JSON.stringify to print that message. So now let's go ahead and run this and see it in action. Over here, if I go ahead and click on login, you can see that you now have the response coming up, and it could be a possibility that you have to terminate all the session in order to make this work at your end. That you can do by going to GitHub, and over here you can see for our chat service application, I can revoke all user tokens. So when I do that, the authentication needs to be made. And once the authentication is done, you can click on revoke all user tokens, And here we have done that. Now let's go back to our chat service. And now if I go ahead and click on login, I need to authorize, and there you go. You have the data available now. If you find the video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe.